there is a fear many parents hold on to but rarely say out loud. It's the possibility of being separated from their child. And that is the reality this Haitian mother is now facing.
Ça fait mal un peu tout.
I feel terrible about that.
Ça fait mal.
And I feel so bad for her too. If I had to go back to Haiti and leave her behind, I don't think I could handle it. I would fall apart. It would be really, really hard for me. And I would not be okay. I truly would not be okay.
She wears an ankle monitor as a constant reminder that her days in America could be cut short. And in fact, at any time, the government could very well send her back to Haiti. From Reparation Media, I'm Obed Lamy. In this episode of Change Agents, we tell the story of one Haitian immigrant who was denied asylum in the US. Her experience shows how not speaking English, not having legal support, and not knowing how the immigration system works can change the course of life of many immigrants. We are using the name M to protect her identity. M is a 46-year-old Haitian woman. She arrived in America on the night of September 2021 on a small fishing boat with 3 other friends. At that time, she was 8 months pregnant, and all she carried with her was a cell phone and her birth certificate. She said she made the journey to the United States to get away from gang violence back home in Haiti.
I was living in Port-au-Prince, and the gangs, they were taking over everything. The owners of the place where I used to work decided they could not stay in the country anymore. They are in the US right now. Gangs were burning houses with people still inside. And once they target you, they can burn you and your whole family.
Once the boat reached the US coast, immigration authorities detained M and everyone else because they did not have legal documents. They released her 4 days later, and she found shelter at a Haitian family in the state of Georgia. And just a few weeks later, she gave birth to her daughter, who is now a US citizen. M said her host family encouraged her to apply for asylum. She could not afford an immigration attorney, so they filled the application for her. She also applied for Temporary Protected Status or TPS. As someone who does not speak English, she said she did not really understand what goes into such immigration applications that span multiple pages and require detailed and personal accounts of past experiences. Time went by, and in 2022, M moved to Chicago, where she lives with other Haitian friends. In October last year, as immigration agents were detaining immigrants across the Chicago area, M got a call for her asylum interview. That moment felt both hopeful but also anxious.
I was very surprised when I went to that appointment.
For many immigrants, the asylum interview is one of the most intense part of the process.
The asylum officer, as well as the judge and the government attorneys, they heavily rely on the application.
Daphne Camillien is an immigration attorney who works with asylum seekers. Here, she's explaining what usually happens during these interviews.
They'll ask them, when did you say that happened? What happened on this date? And they'll want to know, why do you want asylum? Why can't you go back to your country? If you're in danger, why can't you just move to another area of the country? And who's actually hurting you? And then, they're also looking at your evidence as to what you say occurred.
M went to that interview that morning without an attorney. They gave her an interpreter on the phone to translate for her. That made things even more overwhelming.
Every time I try to explain something, the interpreter will stop me and tell me I can only say one thing at a time. That did not feel right to me. If I have something to say, I should be able to say it, right? It's like I'm doing an interview and you keep interrupting me. I could not even remember what I was trying to say next.
M said after the morning interview, the judge asked her to return that afternoon for a second interview. Members of a Haitian church in Chicago who had been supporting her learned about the situation and they rushed to find her an attorney that could stand by her side. They reached out to the Haitian Congress to Fortify Haiti, a local organization known for helping Haitian immigrants navigate the immigration system. But by then, there was very little anyone could do.
She didn't have any money, and the Haitian Congress does not have funds for legal purpose.
This is Aline, the executive director of the Haitian Congress. In a previous episode, she spoke about the work her organization is doing to help Haitian immigrants find legal guidance, especially when applying for asylum.
So we wanted to give her names of lawyers, but she doesn't have any money. It's heartbreaking when you see that and you can't help the people because there is no funding helping migrants attain a lawyer.
M returned for the second interview and once again without an attorney. It was then the judge delivered the decision that would change everything.
She
told me the part of Haiti I'm from does not have any problem. Yes, I was born in the countryside, but I grew up in Port-au-Prince. That's where I live. That's the only place I really know. I can go back to the countryside just like that. And then she told me my country was fine, that I had to go back to Haiti. It just broke me down. I started crying.
We do not have the full picture of what exactly happened during M's asylum interview. But Aline said she was able to see a document summarizing the response M gave, and those answers show there might have been a disconnect.
The pertinent question, are you afraid to go back to your country, is no. Were you victim of this and that and this and that? No. That's what they wrote on the form. The answers that supposedly she gave. I don't understand how that happened. She said she didn't say that unless she didn't understand the questions very well.
Going to an asylum hearing without a lawyer, you have a very small chance of being successful. You understand, if you're going before an immigration court, the government attorneys will be asking you questions and picking apart your application. If they are doing something they're not supposed to, your lawyer will speak up for you. If you missed a point or something that needs to be stated, your lawyer can assist you so that you're able to get out your story and tell the judge. And also, a lawyer can help preserve your record. If something is being done that shouldn't be done, if you need to appeal it, and having the attorney getting a record is very, very important. And they're there to make sure that your rights are being upheld.
With her asylum case denied, M is now waiting for deportation. But one question remains.
What will happen to your child if you are deported? Are you going to take your child with you? Do you know if they're going to let you take your child with you? We know people are sitting in detention centers, which are in horrible conditions, for months and months and months. So do you want your child in that situation? We know that they can separate the kids. And if you have a small child who doesn't have anybody but you, and you're put in proceedings and they put them in foster care, that's a problem.
And to solve that problem, the Haitian Congress came up with a solution.
So at that point, I had to tell her that she needed to fill out a guardianship paper.
For a single mother raising her only child and still grieving the loss of a baby 15 years ago, the idea of letting someone else care for her daughter while she is 1,000 miles away was almost unbearable.
It's heart-wrenching. A 4-year-old that you're going to be separated from. That is a deep wound that she will suffer.
Because she doesn't have the legal expertise or authority, Aline reached out to Attorney Camillien to walk him through the process and set up the paperwork. After speaking with Attorney Camillien, M accepted to sign the guardianship paperwork. A Haitian pastor and his wife agreed to become the legal guardians of the 4-year-old girl. The arrangement is now set for 1 year, with the possibility of an extension if M would not be able to get her daughter to Haiti within that time period.
It's a different feeling knowing that you have some type of guardianship paperwork in place. You have a copy of the birth certificate in a folder. Everyone knows where it's at. You have a copy of the passport. They have a copy of the passport. You know what school. You know you already have a guardian that's set to pick them up. If you don't show up, the school knows to call. You have all of this in place. So when your worst situation comes to fruition, it's a lot better than if you're worried about what's going to happen to my child.
Ever since the judge denied her asylum, M says she's been living day by day, trying to make the most of the time she has left with her daughter. She takes her to school, helps with homework, and doing everything she can to keep life feeling normal.
Let's go.
But there are moments when the weight of what's coming becomes impossible to ignore.
She's too young to understand what's happening. But one day, she saw me crying and asked, "What's wrong, Mommy? Don't cry." She cannot make sense of what's happening. One time, she saw the monitor on my uncle and asked if I had an injury and if the doctor had put it for me. I told her yes. How do you explain something like that to a child? She would not understand.
Just in late February, M told me she went to an immigration check-in and the officers asked her to return the following week for deportation. To her great relief, that did not happen. And now she's in talks with an immigration attorney, hoping for a reconsideration of her case.
Maybe God will move their heart and they will let me stay. They told me that since I already got my deportation letter, I should have been gone by now. I'm hoping there's still a chance for me while I'm wearing the ankle monitor.
Thank you for joining Change Agents, the podcast series looking at grassroots actions and solutions through stories told from the inside out. Change Agents is produced by Reparations Media. The music is composed by Sarah Abdullah. Funding support is provided by the Chicago Community Foundation, the Chicago Community Trust, the Field Foundation, the Wayfarer Foundation, and the Lumpkin Family Foundation. Subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and wherever you find podcasts. And follow Change Agents on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, changeagentsthepodcast.com.